The following is a conversation between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am. The date is December 14th, 2020, and the subject is the emotional aspect of the throat chakra in Sagittarius. Me. When my eyes meet in heaven, they will recover their lost power, said Sekhmet, the great guardian, the protector, the lioness. She said that the sun and the moon are keys to the portal of heaven, and that when united, they invite us to open our own portals. She called them weakness and strength. Both are shown to us as opposite, but in reality they are complementary. Strength is only gained by recognizing our weaknesses, not by eliminating them. Those who dare to admit their weaknesses are stronger than those who hide them. For this reason, the eclipse reminds us of our vulnerability to the shadows, to make us see what we have hidden out of fear of being hurt, something that we ourselves have forbidden ourselves to show out of fear. And sometimes what we fear is precisely power, strength. We are afraid that by being strong and powerful, independent and original, we lose everything that gives us security, love. It has always happened to me. Hide my strength and weakness for fear of not being loved. Last night, I dreamt that I was ashamed to speak in front of the town, and that there were some well-known people who encouraged me to do so, but I was in crisis. Then my mother would come angrily to protect me, to take me to the safety of her arms at home. And I remember seeing the boss there. His protection is what I needed. And I told him, no, this time I shouldn't be protected, because now I understand. You don't protect me out of mother's love, but you protect me for the same reason for which I need you to protect me, for fear of ceasing to be who I am, to be who I should be. In that instant, I freed my mother from a huge burden in my subconscious, that of protector, like Sekhmet. Well, I saw my greatest weakness, and by acknowledging it, I freed us all. No matter what happens, this time I must do it right. I must take back the power that I lost. I am. That is why today all the mothers who once blessed you came to join yours. Sekhmet, mother of power, Isis, mother of heaven, Bastet, mother of beauty, Nephthys, mother of shadows, Hathor, mother of sound, Ma'at, mother of the law. 6 mothers who empower the portal, the womb of Mother Earth, Geb. Thus, the mothers of the 4 times, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and the 4 spaces, north, south, east, and west, can be embodied in earth, fire, air, and water to nourish the being that is to be born. Me, what is to be born? I am the future. Me, of course. In my story, it is my grandson who opens the portal, not me. It is my grandson, Pehuen, the tree of life. It is he who, after my death in La Esperanza, Rio Negro, will understand that he must come to Egypt, enter the Great Pyramid, and communicate with me in the past, on December 14th, 2020. It's not me, he is my grandson, and there is no grandson without a son. What has to be? I am. That's what future means. In Latin, one of the constructions of the future tense in the language is the one that describes what should happen. Urus. Thus, the one who is loved is said amatus. The one who has been loved is said amantis. And the one who will be loved is called amaturus. Therefore, from the verb to be, we have the construction fu, which gives us in Spanish the word fuese, fuera, fuimos. And if you mean what will be, you would say futurus. Future, then, is the construction of what is to be, what is inevitable, which is that being will transform into something else, that the environment will change, that everything moves towards something that should be built. And for this reason, the future is not an external concept and indifferent to your being, because the future is your own transformed being. The future is something you build with the acts of your being. It is not a place you go to. It is something you design, that you modify only by modifying yourself. The future cannot be written if you don't write yourself. The future lives in the intention that you put every day. You build the future, and you plan it in each act, feeling, emotion, idea, projection, because the future is simply your own being in the process of constant transformation. Those who do not open up to transform themselves cannot open up to the future, since it does not exist for them, and thus they will live the future that others create for themselves. Me. That's why I had to admit in the dream that my fear is to stop being me. Because I always feared being what others expect of me, well, because of that, I ended up being what others expected of me. I am. That is the great error that you have to correct from the future that you are designing. That future that screams at you, correct the error. Free me from that fear of being what I should be. Me. The big mistake that is, I am, when I should have said, I am. I am. You always presented yourself like this. It's me, Matías. And your being interpreted that the objective was you. It was not the being. Thus, you designed a future life based on conditioning, on the fear of criticism of the self, on making yourself survive. The self can never be the objective, because the self is simply an axis. To live looking towards the self is to live looking towards the past. But when you give power to the I am, empowering the axis of the I, that is when you can create, manifest without fear, without expectations. Me, I am. That will free me from being conditioned by the world and be able to live unconditionally in the world. I feel so much responsibility for what I have to do, and many of the things that I see come to me are very difficult to assimilate. I don't know how to manage it. I am. Still, what awaits you in the future is only what you expect of yourself. What do you expect from you? Me. Ugh, it's hard. I am. And do you know why it's hard for you? Me. I do not. I am. Because you are afraid of what you can be. You are afraid of your own power, of your own strength. Do you remember that dark being that visited you when you were 12 years old? Me. Yes. He told me that I had great inner power and that I could take advantage of it if I worked with him. It scared me. I was speechless. I am. The darkness, when it sees power, tries to awaken it immediately. But to a child, that power could destroy him. Now you know how to use darkness in favor of light, both from neutrality, because you are discovering that this power is not to be used for one side or the other. This power only has the ability to manifest the future. Me, future, it is urus, whose origin, ur, is related to light, from the Latin lucus, Lucas, my son. I am. Now you understand the message. Building the future, manifesting it, is materializing the light. Today you will receive the future, not to go to it, but to build it today, in what you are. And this is not just for you. The earth will experience this rebirth. For this reason, the wombs of the divine mothers have been placed in a circle to bring beauty to this world. You are the sun, the light, the way. All are the children of the cosmos that is to be born. The new kingdom is the axis. Forget what you think is a kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, the king on earth, and all those medieval concepts. Go to the origin of the word. Me. Rei comes from rex, from the Indo-European reg, which means law, right, straight, axis. Axis! Of course, the axis of the world, the king on earth, is the new planetary axis. It is the descent of full consciousness. I am. That must be gestated by each uterus. Women, your wombs are the extension of the earth's womb. They are the matrices of the network that allow the descent of the power energy, of the new axis of the world, of the king of the earth, aligning the magnetic North Pole with the physical. Tell every conscious woman in the world to contemplate in the reflection of the historical mirror at her womb, her cauldron of strength and creation, and take all the weakness that history has assigned her, and recognize weakness as sensitivity, and sensitivity as senses, and the senses as the goal of light to perform alchemy. The three gifts are not for the new child. The gifts are for the blue mother, Mother Earth. Contemplate the blue color, said the Arcturian, and observe the ocean of your wombs. The reflection that sees in the mirror, being in the sense of incense. Me, sure, the matrix, the golden spiral, the objective and goal of all things. Gold, the alchemy of transformation. The uterus is that spiral of creation, the cauldron of alchemy, of gold, to convert what dwells in the shadows into pure light. I am. The womb network of humanity is the key to descending into the new unborn child, into the new light. It's not just a sun, it's a concept. This eclipse has to prepare that great truth, so that at the moment the star of Bethlehem, Jupiter and Saturn, settles in the heavens, the axis, the king, descends to the world, the earth. And in his womb grow the seed of the new humanity. Me, the blue ones, we are humans. We just have to awaken our power, the children of the earth, covered in a mantle of stars. I am. So, my fractal, go inside the earth and receive the blessing of each womb in the world. For in your death you will find the resurrection in the crucifixion of time and space. And in that center you will be able to get out of the error. Me, going from I am I to I am. I am. And just by being, you will build the future.
My heart's